Is there anyone out there, Frank? Because it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Am I right?
Ha! It's like we're animals.
Mm.
Animals, moles.
Adam Levine cheating scandal continues. We'll tell you what his latest move was, which is kind of crazy. Prince Harry did not know about the Queen. Fill you in on that. The Bidens are making some news on this episode. Joe Biden's 12-year-old comment, more stuff from Hunter Biden's laptop, which is crazy. Speaking of crazy, I dream a Trumpy. Can I declassify things? Hold on. Just declassified a couple more
Done.
documents.
Pretty
Done.
good.
Stacey Abrams is a nut bar. Johnny Depp is finally dating his lawyer, but it might be disappointed to find out who. The Celtics cheating scandal is getting out of control and crazy. Speaking of which, Costco's inflation busting deal is
Yeah, you spelled
nuts.
spelled Costco wrong, but it's
Oh
fine.
shit, Costco.
Costco.
And Darth Vader retires. You get
Oh,
a
you got
gold
that.
watch if you're the Darth Vader. What do you think happens there?
I think you get a gold lightsaber.
Ooh. I'd like a gold lightsaber.
That would be nice. I think what's his name? Samuel Jackson had a gold lightsaber.
Sweet. Frank, Prince Harry learned of the Queen's death from an online report.
That's not cool.
No, it is not. There was some rumblings that this was a possibility, and now a source is telling excuse me, multiple palace sources are telling
Palace
Page,
sources.
yes, are telling Page 6 that Harry did not know that she was in Scotland, that she was on her way out. Harry had been called to Scotland by his father, of course, in the morning, but a palace source confirmed that no one from the royal family or any other member actually called Harry to tell him that the Queen had died, leaving him to find out from news reports when he landed in the afternoon.
So I mean, weren't they? They were all called there to gather with her, right? I mean, as she passed.
Mm-hmm.
But he was on what? He was on his way.
So he was like on his way, and then when she died, nobody called him to say she died. He had to
Okay.
read it when he landed.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, but even like let's assume he's flying private, which he probably was. Like most people keep their phones on a private flight. You shoot somebody a text message. Grams didn't make it. Sorry.
yeah, I
See you when you get
guess.
here.
I mean, if it's like that hour, like, aren't you all kind of gathered around morning? You're upset, the whole deal. Are you really going straight to your phone? I mean, maybe the thought was he's on his way here. Why tell
No,
him in the car?
come on, man. If you were
No,
on
I
your
know. I'm just
way,
trying to think. I'm trying to
yeah,
think it through and see if there's any kind of logical explanation.
they hate him for marrying a black girl.
Oh, there's your explanation.
That's the explanation. I don't like to boil it down so quickly, but
It's not a great explanation.
feels like I should say it's not just because she's black. I also think it's because she's American. I also think that's the big issue too. I want to put that out there.
Maybe they're not fans of Deal or No Deal. It could be that.
When you think about it, right? We as Americans tend to bastardize everything that comes from England.
We tend to what?
Bastardize everything.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
We kind of took the Beatles and the Stones from them.
Well, they came over to us. Did we
Okay.
take them?
Remember, dude, and that was the beginning. Right up until The Office, we were still stealing shit and ruining it.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely don't come up with our own shows for the most part.
Like
Whenever,
every cooking show.
yeah, that's true. Every
What was
reality
the
show, I feel.
Yeah, what was the one where the girl was like, you're the weakest link. Goodbye. What was that one? It was
The
the weakest
weakest
link?
link.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we ruined. You ever see the British version of that?
What was that Wheel of Fortune I've always heard about?
But have you
Yes.
ever seen the British version of that show?
No.
She would be like, "You're a fucking idiot," and like just burn people. And
That
then she came here and she was like, "You're not that smart." Like she like we
they had to
softened
tone it
that
down.
girl up.
I don't know why. I mean, that would we should get the original version. That would be great. If they had TV shows like that, like game shows where they could just let it all go like that, that'd be amazing.
Was Deal or No Deal ours, or was that theirs first?
Pfft, I have no idea. It
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it over there, but these days you never know. We probably stole it from another country. Who knows?
It's hard to keep track. You remember that moment when you learn about a show and you're like, "Holy shit, that was that was a remake just for us stupid Americans."
We got Seinfeld though,
That's
and The
true.
Simpsons.
Suck on it. Suck on that, England.
All right.
Yeah, if we're not stealing from England, I feel like we're stealing from like old school Japan.
Probably.
Like, you know that
any other place that has their own networks. I feel like we just scour all the different shows that are out there, and we just bring it over and turn it into whatever, and say, oh, here's a show. I feel like they're all like that for the most
like
part.
yeah, even like China, Japan, like from Asia in general. Like I remember when I heard The Departed was based off of, I can't remember where it was from exactly, but that was based off of like an old like samurai movie or something.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that? See, nobody really knows that. It's like
No.
it's everybody thinks like Scorsese like wrote that thing, and
Ugh.
it's like he totally adapted it
That's
from.
another reason I hate that movie.
Oh, you don't like that movie?
Spoiler alert, I don't like the end of the movie. I was with it. I was in it till the end. I was
Really?
like, yeah, it was. The end was very shocking. Sure, I'll give you that. But when you step back from the end and you look at it, you just go, well, I guess they just couldn't figure out what to do. So here's your ending.
I don't think so.
Oh, there you go. Good call, Susan F's stuff. The Simpsons started on Tracy Ullman's show, and she's British. Yeah. Well,
Shit.
we thought we had The Simpsons. Yeah.
Thanks,
Friends.
McQuire.
I'm sure there was
for the super chat.
I'm sure it was like Flatmates or something over there instead of Friends. And we probably stole it.
The Departed was a remake of a Hong Kong film called Internal Affairs.
Then what was Internal Affairs about on our end? Didn't we have an Internal Affair?
We don't do anything original. Did you know? By the way, did you know even the British JSABs is more edgy than the American JSABs?
I find that hard to believe.
I'm telling you. Wait until people find out this podcast originated in England.
Oh, see my hair? Oh.
I wonder.
I'm just doing.
I wonder if any other countries steal shows from us, or it just comes over here and then we just drive it into the ground.
Yeah, they do. I think like the Simpsons, they redub into 1,000 different languages.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean remake and come up with their own version of.
Oh, like totally repackage?
Right, like we do. Like we take reality shows and we got our own host, we get our own whatever, and we make it our own thing.
I don't know. JSabs, you're a little low to me. Can you turn yourself up a bit?
Can you hear me?
You're very
low.
Jack that bad boy up. Not like it's your first time doing that.
Jack it up to the moon.
Better?
A little better. You give it a little more juice if you need to.
Better?
Yeah,
there you go.
F-R-E-K. I'm a movie on replay.
R-E-K.
Sorry, that's it's a
Freck?
TikTok.
What is Freck?
What is Freck?
You said F-R-E-K.
F-R-E-K.
Yeah. Freck.
Freak.
Does not spell freak.
F-R-E-E-K.
E-K.
A-K.
A-K. There you go. So Harry found out about the Queen from a news outlet. Now there's a new book out that says that Prince Andrew was trying to convince the Queen
I'll be right back.
to make him the king and not Charles.
What?
Brilliant move, right?
How do you do that? I don't think that's even allowed.
Angela Levine claimed that Andrew allegedly plotted with Princess Diana and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson to prevent Charles from being crowned as king before the Queen passed. According to this book, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, from outcast to future Queen consort, Andrew adamantly fought against the union of Charles and Camilla, who are now the king and queen consort. Instead, instead of Andrew, now the chief corgi protector, becoming king, William would have been in line for the throne, but only if the queen passed prior to William turning 18, the book claims. Also, I guess he didn't want him to be king. He just didn't want Charles to be king. What a
Weird.
piece of shit.
I mean, you can't just make anybody. I mean, again, not sure how this works, but you could just make anybody in the family king. I thought it just has to be the next in line.
Well, there's all these crazy rules.
I know if someone abdicates, if someone quits in some way, but isn't it just next in line?
For the most part.
Okay.
But it's also a monarchy, so they can make up whatever fucking rules they want.
I guess so.
Thanks to Court for the super sticker. I appreciate that.
Court McGuire.
Great name.
Right?
Right?
Court McGuire. Sounds like I don't know, like a private investigator, Court McGuire, on the job.
You know who we need on this? It's Court McGuire.
Get old McGuire, get in here. I've had it with you running roughshod all over this town.
All right. I want to talk about Adam Levine.
Mm-hmm.
So she makes the video, outs him for cheating. He puts out a statement. I didn't cheat. We just texted. Bunch of other girls come through. 3, 4. I think maybe we're up to 5 now. We talked about that last episode. If anybody missed it, go back to the last podcast and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, radio silence from everybody who's involved. Like him, Sumner, like the original.
He put out a statement, didn't he? Well, after the first, after Sumner came forward, he put out a statement.
He put out a statement.
Yeah, but then you said radio silence.
That's it.
All right. Well, what do you want him to keep? What do you want him to do? Have a daily speech?
Sumner Instagram storied like the corner of her room, and I was like analyzing this for the longest time. I couldn't come up with anything. Like I don't know if she's like pointing to something specifically, if there was like a hint in the books that were on the table. I don't know.
So what was that about? Why would she do that?
I don't know. That's really it. I don't know, because again, it's a bunch of books.
Can you show us the picture or no?
Yeah, let me see.
Is there like a big Adam Levine poster? Or
no, there's not. There's not a big Adam Levine poster. And then the next one was a picture of a dog. I'll put it on my phone really quick. I wasn't prepared.
And this is one of the women that claims to have had.
This was the first one. This was Sumner.
Oh, this was Sumner.
Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, this was Sumner, the first girl. Hold on, let me give it to everybody.
All right. So she shows a picture of her. What did she caption it in some way?
No, nothing. That's it.
All right. So she's allowed to post stuff that doesn't have to do with Adam Levine, I guess.
The world is waiting for her to give us more information. We're just waiting.
Fine, but she still has to be her influencer self and do her regular stuff, I guess. Right.
The books are the Little Dictionary of Fashion, Lilacs, Irwin Worm Ware. I don't know what that means. Norma Kamali, a Norma Kamali book. I don't know what that means.
Well, you got dictionary, and then you got a worm. A lot of penis references going on there.
And it's got a Tom Ford book. I don't know. Like none of this makes any sense to me. A Chanel book.
I think it's all just. She's just doing her regular thing. It's not every post is going to be the post we're waiting for.
Well, listen. I mean, isn't this gaslighting? I feel like she's just flat out gaslighting us at this point. Like, you can't drop a bomb like, "Oh, I was banging Adam Levine for a fucking year and a half," and then just go completely radio silent.
Well, why can't she? She's still got to make her living. I'm sure that she's she's an Instagram model. She said, and I'm sure she does that for a living. So she still has to.
Right. She's got to hurry up and get to take a picture on her phone.
She's got.
I was thinking.
That's what it is.
I was thinking.
What?
Besides that, one of my kids is just being a real fucking asshole right now. Besides that.
Mm.
There's something about when a guy compliments a girl or hits on a girl and it drives girls insane. Now, imagine it being from a rock star. I think women go crazy. And if she thought he was hot, then even more so.
Well, yeah. Well,
Okay,
she
so let
said
me
she
interpret
dated him
this.
for a year.
Hold on. You're saying that maybe he flirted and gave her a compliment, and she derangedly turned it into a year-long affair in her head. Is that what you're
No,
saying? Oh,
no.
then I'm off.
I
I thought
don't
that's
really
what he
know
said.
what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that this is what happens when you compliment women. They
So
go
we
crazy.
you should don't ever compliment any women. Is the
No.
lesson here? I guess.
Definitely not.
I don't think his. I mean, I didn't read all. I'm sure we didn't see all the messages, but weren't they more than complimenting? Weren't they like pervy and weird?
Let me just say that I
Not to
agree with
me.
Janine, but I don't want to say she made a good point just now because I don't want to give her a compliment.
Let's forget we said that. Let's forget we said that.
Yeah.
It is true though. Like there's something to say about when a guy compliments a girl or hits on her and then it's like especially if you are a rock star. And if she thinks he's hot, then it's like even 10 times more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's the allure of someone famous is complimenting me,
Oh
but there's also,
god.
but I mean, that's not her fault. He approached her online,
Let me just tell you something. Uh-oh. Real talk.
and
Real
plus he's
talk.
married with kids.
Doesn't matter. Real talk.
It matters.
When I got complimented by a
Oh,
soprano star,
Here we go.
Pick up that name, right?
my head was blown up for weeks.
Was this the recent? No, this wasn't the recent. Is this the recent thing we were talking about pre-show?
No.
Okay. All right.
Can you say?
This was the story. The story. No, I'm saying, is this you bring what you brought up in the pre-show today, or no?
No. No.
Okay,
But
that's
you
not
did
even
talk
this.
about this a few episodes back.
Right.
Like this
Right.
was
This was Furio.
Furio.
God, yes. Guess what? This is confession time. I didn't ever think he was like hot. But as soon as he gave me that compliment, forget about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Fucking forget
So
about
now
it.
I'm
Forget
also
about it.
thinking, do you think that maybe she thought he wasn't really hot, but then once he started saying all these things to her, she was like, "Oh my god, he is hot."
Well, I mean, your attention is drawn to a compliment. I'm sure that helps.
Right.
But
To quote my wife, she's a clout chaser, and I think she was immediately excited by this from the second that little red notification thing came across their screen.
yeah, but but she didn't advertise it right away, right? This wasn't public knowledge for a long time, or a
Supposedly,
year or so.
this went on for a year and change.
And wait, go ahead. Now go ahead, because I was gonna say that this doesn't only happen with famous people because I've seen it happen with my friends. So there was this one guy that my friend liked. My friend didn't like. It was a friend of hers. And as soon as he started giving her compliments, she was like, "Do I think he's hot?" And I was like, "What? You do?" See?
Hmm.
Hold on. I have to go beat my daughter. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. Go beat your
Oh
daughter.
my god. So I just think.
not what?
Go ahead. I
No,
muted her, Frank. I thought she was getting up. Sorry, Janine.
Okay. What was I going to say? So Adam Levine, yeah, you could say she's a clout chaser, and that's fine. But if she was a big clout chaser, then you think she would advertise that this whole thing when it started, no? You think she had the foresight to go, I'm going to let this simmer for a year, and then a year from now, I'm going to blow it up?
Hold on a second. Do you want to sing Ebony and Ivory with me?
Not especially.
People are saying in the live chat we look like a black and white cookie.
Look to the cookie. Look to the cookie.
Position yourself. Can you put yourself in a half frame like this?
I can't. You're fuzzing out on me.
Okay. I was gonna say, can you be the other half of me?
Am I your
Never
alter
gonna
ego?
forget
You're. This damn internet is stepping on your joke.
All right, let me know when I'm back here.
Now
Big
you're
dog.
back. You're back.
Okay. I forgot the joke was bad. What was I gonna say? No, okay, but here's the thing. They was went on for a year and change, and supposedly at one point she froze him out.
She froze him out.
Yeah, because she says in her confession video that I didn't talk to him for a while, and the way that he came back to me was, "We're thinking about naming our kid after you. How do you feel about that?"
Right.
And
So
that was the thing that kind of made this explode, because when she said that, everybody was like, "This guy's crazy."
Right. So what prompted? I mean, I guess that exchange prompted her to come forward and be like, "Look at this guy."
Yeah. By the way, 24 million views on that first TikTok video, plus God knows how much ancillary, I mean, that's just people who watched her stuff. How many people found it through our show,
Right.
of 1,000 other shows, Entertainment Tonight, YouTube, you know what I'm saying? That's 24 million just on TikTok. She had 12 million on her follow-up video, and nothing. Now nothing. And he responded. Her response was, somebody should get this guy a dictionary, when she said he didn't cheat. I like the quick quip from her part coming back, but now nothing. I mean, it's been like 3 days. Again, if I said this guy did this and this guy goes, "No, I didn't," and I have the evidence, I'm going to be like, there you go.
Well, she
Now
already
who's a
showed the
liar?
evidence.
She showed a couple of text messages.
Right. Maybe she doesn't have the evidence.
But that's the thing. The game changed when he said, "Okay, yeah, I texted her some shit, but I never cheated on my wife with her."
All right. Yeah. So it's the ball's in her court to be like, "Here you go." Well, maybe. I mean, what is she? What is the end game? Is she just looking to expose the guy? Is she looking for
No. What she wanted to be like, oh, look at me, I was taken advantage of. That's what she wants.
She wants clout. She wants followers. I think that's what she wants. New drinking game from Paul. Every time J Sab says, "Go ahead, take a drink,"
Go ahead.
people will be fucked up by 20 minutes from now, I think.
By our coffee read.
The thing is, it's very hard to prove exactly what you did when accused of cheating. Unless you have physical proof, unless the person actually admits to it, it's hard to.
Yeah, she's got to come to prove that they actually got together. Photos of them together, text message, "I'll meet you here, let's meet there," blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. Other than that, it's word, his word against hers. Yeah, he admitted to texting or DMing her and saying all this stuff, but as far as anything more than that, we there's no. She hasn't come forward with any proof of that yet. He's saying no. He never cheated, right? That's his stance. I never cheated. Okay, so
Never did. It wasn't me. Wasn't there.
I just tell you something.
wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
What are
It
you
wasn't
telling
me.
us?
If I'm not married in this situation, or have a boyfriend or a roommate,
Or in your mind. Go ahead.
right?
Go ahead.
Say I have sex with some guy who I know is married or has a girlfriend, which I would never do anyway. But I would definitely text him and say something like, Thanks for not coming in me last night, or something like that, to that effect.
just to leave a paper trail. You just establish a paper trail with him.
Right.
Man, you really got it,
Or-
Anthony.
Or your jizz tasted so good. What did you eat?
All right, let's keep this family friendly here. Whatever.
Actually is a text that I saw on my boss's phone once, but that's another story.
Stop it.
Swear to God, I'm telling you, these girls are crazy on these dating websites. Okay.
That's nuts. See, this is why you can't have an assistant. You can't have somebody else reading those kinds of messages.
Good
Thanks,
Lord.
Dr. Nick. First, no, he did not care. He would literally show me these texts. That girl, I'll never it'll be 50 years from now, and I'll still be laughing at what this girl used to write to him, this one specific girl.
Was he a married guy?
No.
All right.
He was married for I don't know, 13 or 14 years and then got divorced. And so he went crazy because he didn't have such a long time for him that he went on a dating he went buck wild on dating websites. And he met there's a lot of women, but
there should be just a documentary about this guy.
There should be, but this one girl, I didn't believe it. I did not believe, because he was like, Janine, there's this one girl. I have to show you this text. And I'm like, what? And he's like, she asked me what I eat and drink because she loves the taste of it. I'm like,
oh my God.
Shut up.
How do you
up.
talk to your assistant?
It's me. It's me.
I guess.
Anyone hiring?
This was the company with no HR, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I remember
That's
working
a $40 million lawsuit with any other female in the workplace.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember working on his Mac laptop, so a MacBook, and so the messages would come through because he linked it, and I was like, he was like, take a look, and I was like, he's like, this number, and I was like, okay, no joke, this girl would legit write this to him, and she had no embarrassment, and I'm like,
maybe she thought it was only going to him.
Doesn't matter.
I guess, yeah, but when you think you're doing a one-on-one kind of thing, or maybe that was her thing. Maybe
I don't know.
having other people see it.
I turned around and I said, "What did you eat?"
Oh boy.
Well, don't they say pineapple? Isn't it pineapple? They say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw that on TikTok. The whole world of things you learn on TikTok.
God, these women. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, maybe she didn't think he was hot. I think I just uncovered it. And maybe she didn't think he was hot until he started to give her these compliments. And then maybe she was like, maybe Adam Levine is hot.
Well, look at it this way. Let's say she's out there, she's doing her Instagram thing. And out of all the celebrities out there, Adam Levine just chimes in. It's like, oh, like why would she, I'm sure she wasn't like specifically targeting Adam Levine. I'm sure Adam Levine just saw her and was like, I'm gonna go after her. So she, was intrigued
Who
by
knows
that.
if he was just drunk off his ass, mass texting a shit ton of people.
That could have
And
been.
she was, one of the ones who got back to him first.
Well, look
we're
at
talking-
the trail now.
My thing is,
all right, we're talking Adam Levine and Sumner Stroh and the big cheating scandal and cheating in general. So if you're new to us, make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, all that jazz. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Gina.
And also liking the way men's taste sometimes.
I feel like that might be a shirt. Thanks for not coming in me last night. I'm not sure yet.
Who's wearing that shirt? I don't know how many of those will sell.
So what?
We'll sell one.
I'll wear it to my kids' preschool Halloween fundraiser.
That's
Don't test me.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be a big number one seller.
Okay, but let me answer what Janine said. I kind of agree because I went back in the old dating times. I wasn't really
hear this.
all that attracted back then when we had to wind our watches. I wasn't all that attracted to somebody if they were not attracted to me back.
Yeah,
Like
that's part of it.
there was something. No, I think that's. You think you're a little broken when you're like that. When you're like, you know,
Fuck you, because how long did I chase my husband for? So fuck you, Anthony.
Whoa,
no.
whoa.
But it's true though. Like you would see, like if somebody attractive, and maybe you would talk to them, or maybe there was whatever, and then it kind of felt like if it wasn't coming back the other way, I would notice that they would get a little uglier looking, and I'd be like, you know what? They're not that great looking. I don't know.
The thing is with her, here's the thing though. How many millions of followers does he have? I feel like maybe amongst celebrities, just because I don't know, I don't have as many followers as they do. You think that they have friends who weed out these people and are like, check out this girl. They have to, because you have, I mean, how many followers does he have? 10 million more? So it's like you can't answer back everybody's messages when they message you. And I'm sure he gets so many,
Well, sure, but I'm sure. I can't imagine she messaged him, and if she did, whatever. But I'm sure he just went out there looking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe one of his friends was like, check out this girl.
It could have been a
Isn't she
friend,
hot?
but I'm sure he could have just gone out by himself looking. It's just
There's so
surfing.
You think he has time to do that? I don't know.
Apparently so.
I don't know.
He has time to message them. All these girls. Why not? You know. What do you think? He's writing his music?
I
What does
got
that
the
take?
red velvet. I
What
got
does that
the
take?
sugar
10, 15
sweet.
minutes a song? Moves like Jagger. Moves like
Exactly. The
Jagger.
worst
I
fucking
mean,
song, and you guys like that one.
that's one of the most popular ones, anyway.
He's
Out
got
of all this, what's that? What do you got?
Deanna special
I don't know what that is.
pineapple juice and tequila.
Oh
Is
my
that a
god!
jizz floater on top?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need
You're
special
all
now.
about that tonight.
You got to get the pineapple going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh god! It's Friday night, baby.
Friday nights. Got to get ready for Saturday morning, Frank. You don't understand what it's like when you have kids. Saturday morning becomes a real special time.
Are there no more cartoons? You can't just sit them in front of the TV and go watch your Saturday morning
No,
cartoons?
you can. You don't have school to rush to. You get that extra 15 minutes, which is really important to mom and dad.
Yeah, man.
15 minutes.
All right.
That's a good 7 pumps right there.
So
And that's
easy.
including you falling asleep for a good 10 minutes included.
Well, that's all part of it. That's all part of
It's
the
all part of
magic.
it. All right. Anyway, I want to go off of this because there's an Instagram thing too. But the latest thing that he's fucking doing, he hasn't canceled or moved shit.
Yeah.
He's got a show coming up next week that Maroon 5 they're gonna do. They have a world tour coming up. Nothing has changed. This motherfucker is acting like nothing happened.
Well,
Right.
it's not like, yeah, if he cheated, that's one thing, but it's not like he abused anybody, right? He didn't do anything harassment.
Other than his wife, no.
Right, but both of them. I saw a thing today that both of them seem to be carrying on as if, just going about their day as nothing happened. I think she believes him. The wife believes him. I from what I can tell.
Let me just
But
tell you.
Yeah.
How sucky does it have to be in the spotlight when your husband or wife cheats? It sucks when you're not a celebrity. You know what I mean? Everybody's fucking looking at you. Everybody's staring at you.
Yeah.
It's like, why is she still with him?
I'm sure it's not easy.
Because imagine this. Imagine you cheat on your significant other with somebody in your community. And then you go to the supermarket and you look up and you notice people are just looking at you.
Yeah. That could be in our old neighborhood. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Right?
That times 100 million. Because everywhere you fucking go now, everybody's going to be
Well,
like,
they're
the
all
poor
looking
woman.
at you. They're all looking at you anyway.
Right.
I mean, if you're a celebrity, they're going to be. You can't go anywhere anyway without people looking at you.
Now they're looking at you with pity.
Maybe.
It's a lot of pity to be thrown around.
But I'm sure he's got his faction that's like, oh, never. We're on your side always. You know. The diehard Adam Levine fans, I'm sure.
Lindy, the drink is delightful. It's the Deanna special. Just pineapple juice and tequila. Just get right to it.
Right in there.
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
I have to refill mine.
Where do we want to go here? The next cheating scandal or
There's another cheating scandal?
The Instagram thing.
What's the other cheating scandal?
Okay, the other cheating scandal. You're not going to care about this for the first 2 seconds, and then you will, believe me.
All right, what?
The Celtics head coach. I don't know.
Don't care.
Okay, this is the guy's name. ImeUdoka. Udoka.
I need a dick.
What's the last name? Is there another name?
Udoka is his last name.
Udoka. Udoki?
I don't know. Anyway, I never heard of this guy until yesterday. But he's the head coach of the Boston Celtics. I think he just took over recently because he was in Texas before that, right?
Okay.
It comes out that he's sleeping with a female member of the team, the organization.
Okay.
He has a child with and has been with for 10 years, Nia Long.
Oh, I saw this.
Now, I'm sorry, but again, like with the same thing with Basmati rice, Nia Long is one of the most attractive, hot, like talented actress, right? Like she's been in a ton of shit. If you don't know who she is, Google her. As soon as you Google her, you'll be like, oh, I know who that is.
What's the name again?
Nia Long.
I don't know why I'm not recognizing the name.
You know her.
Probably.
She's been in a trillion movies. I'm trying to think what her biggest movie is. She was in Friday. She was in Big Mama's House. She was on The Fresh Prince.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was in Best Man.
Got it.
How does this guy? I don't understand these dudes. I mean,
I don't know. There's that whole thing. There was a guy. What's her name? Emily. I don't know her last name. Something with an R. She was in the Blurred Lines video.
Radzikowski.
Yeah.
Radzikowski. She was just cheated on by her husband. They're getting a divorce. And the husband, if you look at the guy, he's not winning any. I don't think,
No, he is not attractive at all. But he has a lot of money. So.
But here's what's fucking crazy. This is what I don't understand. This guy was an assistant coach for fucking 8 years. He finally gets a head coaching job. Right? And he's going to not only put his career in jeopardy, his personal life in jeopardy. What the fuck is going on here? I don't understand it.
I don't get it. I don't know why anybody would.
There's one explanation.
He's a man. And he's
hey.
Penis.
Hey. Women do that too.
Who do you think cheats more, men or women?
Men.
Wow, there was not even
I mean, well, just going based on like TV and movies. I haven't taken a poll of everybody in the world, but just going on stories you hear or TV or whatever. It's usually the stories about a guy cheats on his wife. But yes, thank you, Lindy138. My wife is very nice. She just got me a refill on my margarita.
Don't compliment her on things she's supposed to do. Okay,
that's not nice.
Why wasn't that? Why'd you even? Why'd you even have to ask, Frank? That's what I want to know.
I didn't.
All right, according
she's watching the show and she knew I was out.
According to a quick Google search, men are more likely to cheat than women. This is closer than I think you would think. 20% of men versus 13% of women reported that they've had sex with someone other than their spouse while married.
20% of men, 13% of women.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's not too far away. It's pretty close. No. Closer than I thought it would be.
Still men, though.
Going back to your old boss, though, Janine, I was going to say that middle-aged woman is on the fucking prowl. I don't know what it is. Like,
Mhm.
that's a different. There's 2 times in a life that a woman is like we got to get this going. If they're not married, heading into their mid-30s,
Mm.
and then when they eventually get divorced to that person and they're 45, and they're like, "Holy shit, I got to not be alone for the rest of my life."
Well, that's exactly the age it was. And every woman that he spoke with, I'm not kidding you. Uh, one, I don't even have any words. He's like,
Yeah.
"Can you believe this?" I said,
Yeah.
"No, actually, I can't."
And they don't care about anything. You're fat,
No.
you're bald, you're ugly.
No.
It's just the thrill of doing something wrong.
You have to have a car, a heartbeat, and a job. That is it.
Minimum
Well,
requirements.
he
Minimum.
he owned his own business and he had a boat. So what do
Oh,
you think
forget
of that?
it. You're fucking Brad Pitt to a local girl. That's fucking Brad Pitt status if you have a boat. Doesn't even have to
Right.
be a big boat.
Right.
It just has to be a boat that some strangers invite you on, you and your husband on,
Yeah.
and
That's
you're
right.
right in there.
That's right.
Shit doesn't even have to run. You'd be like this. It's a little windy out there. I think we should stay by the dock.
Right. And Paul, no, I'm actually not in my basement. So
Do you know? I'm going to tell you this story. I don't care. It's pretty funny, only because you mentioned it. There was this one woman who, God, there was a lot of stories about her, but one in particular.
We had a lot of stories about her butt.
No, no, no.
Just checking
But
for everybody. Go ahead.
also,
I see a hole in that story.
once, once my boss had surgery on his leg or something, and he knew he was going to break up with her. And she came over to visit him to make sure he was okay. She gave him a Slurpee.
Not the 7-Eleven kind, right?
And she left. And it turns out that she was like, "Yeah, I knew he was going to break up with me, but it's okay." And I was like, "What?"
So why'd she do it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe she
It's
got
that
some kind of.
it's that 45-year-old crazy.
Maybe she enjoyed it too. I don't know, or maybe she thought it would convince him not to break
Susan,
up with him. I don't know.
I'm sorry. You better highlight Susan's comment because she's correct.
I think J Sabs must be the world's best assistant. Yeah, you kept a lot of things quiet.
Until you joined a podcast.
Right, right.
I mean, it's all out there now.
There's that whole thing.
Okay, once, and this is not even like a lie. It was right after him and his wife had separated, and he was so desperate to get on Match.com. He made me create a profile for him on Match.
Do you ever work at this job?
This is work. This is what I got paid
Oh.
to do.
Okay.
And I don't know. A week after that, I'm driving, returning something for him to the store. And he calls me. He's like, you got to do me a favor. And I'm like, what? He's like, you have to take my Match profile off online right now. Pull over. I was like, I'm on 110. I can't really pull over. And he's like, you have to do something. You have to. Well, of course, I pull over and there's no service in the area. So I had to go into a Verizon store, connect to their Wi-Fi, and delete his Match.com profile. Yes.
Why?
I am the best assistant ever. Boom.
Why'd you have to delete it?
He got scared and thought his wife found it.
But wait, I thought he was divorced.
They were separated.
Oh.
I was working fast. He wasn't gonna wait for no fucking.
I know he wasn't.
We were on a break.
We were on break. Nope. So yeah, that was pretty funny. The things I used to have to do.
Here's the Instagram thing. Are you familiar with your what do they call it? Friends list?
Yes.
I guess.
So I think this is a relatively new thing for Instagram that you can have a friends list
Uh-oh.
that you can
Oh,
put
then I don't
people
know.
on. And then when you put like a story out, I don't know if it's a post and a story or just a story, but when you put something out, you can choose to just
Yes.
send it to that list and not make it public.
Oh, didn't know that.
So there was this, and now the reason why this was outed was because this lesbian girl, Jackie's Life, she was making fun. I really appreciated this. She was talking about straight people, like those straighties. Like she was saying shit like that. She was really funny about it. She's like, people are using that list as like a hookup list. So she said
Oh.
she was out with a friend. They were doing something. She took a picture. Not 5 minutes later, like 4 or 5 guys messaged her, like, I'm in town. Do you want to meet up? Like when they saw that she was like in the city or whatever the fuck it was. Then a second time, they were at a friend's house. Again, her friend took a picture of her, the lesbian girl, and another girl just like on the floor, like putting like a desk together or something crazy shit that they were like
Lesbian
nothing.
stuff. Go
Not
ahead.
even, yeah, not even like like, oh, we're by the pool in bikinis with, with the sun glistening off none of that shit. Just like they're working on a regular Friday night. 2 DMs come in like, oh, your friends are hot. Are you guys around? Like, what's like, So she's like, what the fuck is going on? And they're like, oh, this is like the new hookup list now. So like you put these people, the people that you want to bang, you throw them on the friends list. And then when you send something out, they get notified that I guess they know they're on the friends list.
But like, all right, so let's say the girl, the lesbian was on. Like, how did the guys know to contact her? Like, don't you have to be friends
The
with that
lesbian was
person?
just telling the story, and those straight girls were the ones who were putting the pictures up. And she's like, "This is what straight people are doing now. Like they got these lists,
Oh,
and they're fucking sending this shit out." And then guys are just like, "Hey, what's up? Like I'm around. I'm in town. Like you want to hook up?" And they're saying like it's a total fucking hookup thing that women are just putting pictures out, sending it to just this list. Because again, not everybody, like mom, your coworkers, they're not going to see it.
right.
So in this case, it was just her point was it was innocent, stupid stuff. But women are like taking like suggestive pictures,
And just sending it to their "I want to hook up with you" list.
like here's the 5 guys I want to bang right now. Let me put out this
But you
story.
also have to be friends with them. You can't just send it to random people, right? You have to be connected with them.
Yeah, you have to be
Like
on
I
this
get,
friends list.
like if like you and I are friends on Instagram, but if we weren't, I couldn't add you to my friends
Right.
list.
Correct.
I'm not going to fall for this, Frank. I of course don't know how any of this works.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
I wasn't sure it was Instagram.
Don't ask me
till
lead up
halfway through.
follow up questions like I'm gonna be like, oh, yeah, I know, and then I got to sit with my wife for 2 hours and explain it afterwards.
Hey, listen, you brought up the story. I was just,
Yeah, because it was in the paper.
Oh,
I was on TikTok. I mean,
okay.
see, now I'm changing my story. You're getting me more in trouble. Shut the fuck up, Frank.
I'm sorry. All right, I won't ask
Just
any more
stop
questions.
But I can't believe this either, too. Like, it feels like, I'm so fucking old now. I feel so out of it.
There's so many things changing with these things.
But you know what's crazy? Like, back in the day, you used to put your little away message up on AIM, and it would be there for everybody to see. Yet sometimes you were targeting like 1 or 2 people that you really wanted them to see it.
Oh, hold on. 1,000%. Before me and my husband were together, I used to put up very passive aggressive away messages. Okay.
Just for him?
Like waiting forever, ... things like that.
Waiting for
Empty.
some guy to contact me.
Exactly.
The best one ever. It was so thirsty, and I knew a couple of people who did this. Was I lost my phone, or my phone died, or had to redo my phone, and I lost all my contacts.
Oh yeah.
Please text me your numbers again, so that I have them. That was like the excuse to like fire up a conversation with somebody that they were interested in again.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those days when it was just one thing? Everybody was on one thing. And we all just kind of, either you're on it or you're not. You're away, you're not away. Now it's you're on this one, you're on that one.
Now forget it.
These kids today with their
Right. I was gonna
complicated
say,
shoes.
You sound so old.
I can't believe though this Adam Levine. They're just gonna go tour and nothing. I mean, it just seems
Well, what are they
weird to
going
me.
to? It's millions of dollars. They going to just stop tour. You know
If
how
he
many
stopped,
people's
right,
lives would be affected if
right,
if he stopped the show?
Okay, all
like
right,
maybe 15. Go ahead.
15 at least. 15, 16 maybe.
let's go to this honestly, and Jay Zabs can give some perspective here. If you like, who do you love? Like, who is somebody that you are like a big fan of? I don't know.
Like celebrity wise, like a crush.
Of the opposite sex, like a musician or a comedian or somebody that you could go see live.
I have a new guy that I am completely obsessed with. Go
Does he
ahead.
have a home?
Yes.
Shoot it at me.
Who is it?
His name
Can
is
we play
Jack.
20 questions? No,
He's
okay,
on
just
a
tell
new
us.
show.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Jackson White.
Jackson White.
I'll have to look this up.
Sounds like a country singer.
And I am
Yes.
1,000% since the Adam Levine affair have been commenting on his pictures and sending him DMs. What?
Really?
No,
This guy?
I'm just kidding. Yes,
Oh,
This-
this guy looks like a homeless guy.
this guy. Oh, hold on.
No, that's a different first picture than what I had.
Oh,
What is going on with this guy? This is the guy. Is it like the way he looks, or you like the show? You like him on the show?
I like it all.
Okay.
All right, let's say
But he's
Jackson
not-
White's on
He's not
stage.
75 years old.
Let's say you got tickets to go to a Jackson White Q&A or something, and he's on stage.
I'm going to tell you who his father is, by the way. Jack White. Go ahead.
No, really?
Yep. And Katie Seagal is his mom.
What?
They were married. I had no idea.
Jack
of
White
course-
and Katie Seagal were married?
Yes, I'm sorry, but I've already looked up his whole history.
No, his whole
Isn't that
family.
like a-
I didn't know. How did I not know that Jack White was married to Katie Seagal?
Is there
Yep.
like a 30-year difference?
It's really not that bad. Yes, and Aaron is responsible for this. Thank you. Aaron.
Wow. Wow. So Frank's wife was obsessed with this guy, and now she got you on the same bandwagon? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
She told me to check out the show, and I did. And then it all went downhill from there.
Why did she tell you to check out the show? For the writing?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're buying
the-
that.
we'll go
Yeah.
with that.
Okay. All right. So let's say you and Aaron have tickets to go see Jackson White at the Q&A at, whatever, Radio City
Let's play
Music
the
Hall.
drums. Go ahead.
And a week beforehand, scandal breaks out, similar to Adam Levine. He's got a wife and kids, and he cheated
still
on
go.
her. You would still go? Because
Yes.
that was my question. Because I'm thinking to myself, if Adam Levine probably has a ton of 12-year-old girl fans. Now he turns out to be a cheating son of a bitch. They're not canceling the show. He's going to show up to do this thing. What is he going to face in those front few rows? What signs? What is he going to see? Is it going to be nothing
Whatever.
but support, or is it going to be people like, you took advantage of a fucking younger girl, you're a piece of shit, while your wife was pregnant at home?
I think. Okay. All right. You don't want my answer. You want Jay Sab's answer.
No, go ahead.
I just think they paid their ticket. They're in the show. They're there to, I'd get out there and hey, you're here. You want to hear me sing, or you want to hold up signs and yell at me? Either way, you paid your ticket. I don't care what we're doing here.
Well, if they're 45-year-old women, they definitely don't care. They're going up front and they're going to try to get as much D as they can.
Hold on a second, Frank.
Oh,
Frank,
my
I
goodness.
don't want to blow up you. What is
What is
Lindy,
that?
thank you. Thank you,
that?
Lindy.
See, you can thank me for that. Don't thank her.
No, I'm thanking Lindy 138. Aaron, it looks like Frank needs another one
Oh,
with
thanks.
the little devil face. Thank you, Lindy 138.
Frank, you got a problem on your hands, though. She watches this show when it comes out at midnight, and I know you're fucking sleeping at midnight. You're an old man.
What are you talking about? But my wife's watching it as we're doing it. She's watching the live feed.
She's like, can you move?
No, not this show. She's talking about the Janine show.
Oh no, I know she watches that show.
It's
Thank you.
called Tell Me Lies on Hulu. Thank you.
I know she watches that show.
You haven't watched it with her?
I watched a little bit of it, but honestly, my thing with noises.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that chewing sound. Every time it's on, it's nonstop making out noises. Tell me I'm wrong.
You think so?
Now you're not gonna hear anything else. Every time they're
Thanks.
kissing, it's the loudest kissing you've ever heard in your life.
Oh, so you can't do it.
I'm watching and going,
Just scrolling up your skin.
but it's the show's I guess not bad, but it's it's not my kind of show. But
Some good foreplay.
it's fine.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't get over the fact that Katie Seagal banged Jack White and had a kid, and now
I
he's
know.
a full-on adult.
No one knew that. I mean, that was never a big deal.
I
No one
know.
ever publicized that.
How old is
I mean,
he
because
again?
Jack White's not that up there, right? He's got to be in his 40s. Katie Seagal's got to be close to 70 in her late 60s, I would say.
No, oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you're right.
Jackson.
Yeah, look it up. Katie Seagal. Let's see.
Jackson White is. He's only 26. I don't care. I would still get it. I would still go for it. I'm not gonna.
Be honest. You wouldn't feel weird about banging a 26-year-old.
Katie Seagal's 68.
How old is Jack White? I'd feel weird about banging a 26-year-old at
No,
this.
you wouldn't because you're a man. I would
Man,
not feel bad about making this. Sorry, right
answered
now.
you right away.
Oh my goodness! And you know what's funny?
Jack
I don't
Jack
like
White's-
facial hair. I do not like facial hair. He made me change my mind on facial hair.
Jack White is 47. Katie Seagal is 68. So that's not
21 years.
21 years, yeah.
Am I the only one who looks like they're going through excruciating pain when they're doing math in their head?
A little more practice, that'll go away.
At least I didn't do this. 21. Wow, good for Katie Seagal. I like that.
Yeah. Gotta love Katie Seagal. Everything she's in, she's awesome. And
actually, she was on the show too.
She
was
what?
she?
Ah, cool. She's great. From Married with Children to Futurama, she's awesome.
She was good on Sons of Anarchy. So,
Sons of I never saw that.
Who do you think's had a bigger career, her or Ed O'Neill? I think Ed O'Neill. I think that Modern Family was a juggernaut.
It was, but I think Katie Seagal has been on more spread out her career. She's been on more things.
Yeah, he was only on this, right?
He was on Married with Children. He did a couple of movies. He was in Dutch, which I guess it's a cult classic or something. I'm not sure. In the 80s, early 90s. But he was also in Wayne's World. He had bit parts here and there. So he does a lot of voice work. But Katie Seagal, Sons of Anarchy, Married with Children, Futurama was huge. 10 years. They're bringing that back. So I don't know. About equal. I'd say they're on equal playing field.
Ed O'Neill was in Little Giants, though. I'm going to give him the win.
Ed O'Neill was in Little Giants. That's true.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Where do we want to go next? I got Biden. I got Stacey Abrams. I got Johnny
Stacey
Depp.
Abrams. What?
And Johnny Depp. Let's do Johnny Depp quick. Johnny Depp's finally banging his lawyer.
I'll do him quick.
And it's not Camilla.
It is not.
How
Not the one we were
friggin'
hoping
disappointing is this?
I know. So who is this lawyer? This was his lawyer for what case?
UK.
In the UK, they had a defamation case too. Yeah.
So
Again,
it was
we
the
stole,
same.
We stole the fucking gimmick. They did it in the UK, and then they did it over here.
So it was the same kind of. It was with Amber Heard and him. Same kind of case.
Yeah.
It wasn't against Amber Heard. It was.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, I thought it was against a magazine.
You're right. But can I just say her name is Joelle? What the fuck is her name? Joelle Rich. She is a brunette. She's a carbon copy of Camilla. This is like when you can't bang your crush, so you bang the girl that looks like her, or dare I say, her little sister or older sister.
Okay, here's a little info here for you. A little newsflash. So going back a minute, it's not Jack White from the White Stripes.
Oh, yes, this is devastating.
Wait,
it's not. It's a different guy who happened to be called Jack, who has the same name.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's not.
Are
Jack.
You sure?
That's Erin just came in and told me that.
Oh, Janine.
It's not the guy from the White Stripes.
Fake
Uh-oh, wait a
news.
minute.
Fake news.
It's not Seven Nation Army, Jack White.
Listen, no, Janine, listen. After I masturbate and I read things, I lose track of shit too. So it's not your fault, okay?
I was in that masturbation craze.
You got
It's
the
a
name.
cloudy time.
You got the name right. But that's it.
I am sitting here like Jack White. Wow, like
Yeah.
what a
That was a match that we didn't
Are you
realize.
sure?
But yeah, apparently. A guy named Jack White, but it's not. It's
Okay,
not
listen.
the same Jack White.
How about we keep it because it's a better story?
That's fine.
Hold on, now I gotta look at him.
Yeah, it's this guy right here. I don't know if you can see him. Let me lower my.
Oh, imagine being the Jack White nobody gives a shit about. Yeah, who cares
This
about
guy.
that? I could barely see it, and I already hate that guy.
Yeah, it's that guy. It's not the fun Jack
Come
White that
on.
we know.
Thank God we have Aaron fact checking. Thank
Yes,
God.
appreciate it. Much appreciate.
Well, like you said, I was in that cloud.
That was fun for a little bit to think
That
of.
MC.
To think it was that Jack White.
Yeah, it was fun. That MC.
So
but
Johnny
I like
Depp.
this. I like this Johnny Depp thing because, and I feel bad for this woman who, by the way, is married and is in the middle of a divorce. But I feel like this is just like a signal. Like this is the ultimate note pass in study hall of like, I want to bang you, or like we can make this happen.
So do you think the same time we were shipping Johnny Depp and his lawyer over here, everybody across the pond was shipping them? Because we weren't following the British trial,
Nobody gave a shit.
right? So you think were they following it over there? People in the chat, anybody from England, if you were following the Johnny Depp defamation case over there, were you guys hoping that they hooked up? Because we had no idea this was a thing. We were all hoping that he hooked up with his American lawyer.
Don't you think this is the ultimate bat signal to Camilla? Like I'm banging this girl who looks just like you.
Yep.
Like
That could be.
What are we doing here? You think he's trying to make her? I think this is a total signal to Camilla. That's my opinion.
If I was her, I would think that was so hot. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you think anything he does is hot.
So if you think
That's true.
Jackson White, if Jackson White starts banging the girl from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, are you going to find him even more attractive?
Absolutely.
I would think you'd be a little depressed. Like, fuck. I probably could have got him if I wasn't saddled with this roommate.
And she's older than me. Come on, right?
Yeah.
I should have DM'd him a little bit more. Exactly.
You should have pulled an Adam Levine on him.
I would definitely. Damn.
Give him the old Levine special.
What's that line he used? Something about oh, darn it. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. When he messaged her and everyone, it's like a meme now when he's like, holy fucking fuck, that body of yours is absurd. I'm gonna message that to Jackson White.
You never know. Is he married?
You know what? That's a funny bit. You should just everything that Adam Levine. You should tweet to this guy.
Even if the names aren't right. Whatever it is.
Just be like, can I name my next kid Jackson after you? That'd be weird.
So Jimmy Coco Pop says we couldn't give a shit who he F's. Not sure if that's a typical response from us Brits. But apparently Jimmy Coco Pop is, if you're from Britain, you're from England.
Well, they're all distraught over the Queen. They're getting over their own. You're sending it already, aren't you?
Are you really?
Here we go.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Buckle up.
Buckle up, kids. All right, Stacey Abrams. Go ahead, Janine. Do you want to do this one, or do you want me to do the old?
You're up.
No, you do it. You bring it in.
I'll work for it.
Bring it home, Daddy.
Stacey Abrams is facing backlash. She was given a speech earlier today, I think it was, or maybe yesterday, Tuesday, in Atlanta, and she said that there is no such thing as a fetal heartbeat at 6 weeks, saying it is just a manufactured sound designed to control women's bodies.
Wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
First of
Hearing my baby's heartbeats at 6 weeks is hands down one of the most exciting, liberating, and most beautiful moments of my life. Megan McCann tweeted at her. Stacey Abrams is a very sick person to say this, and how someone accused. Okay, listen. I think
I had so much hope for Georgia.
Here's the thing, though. Again, she's another one of these people that is so caught up in the right versus left thing.
Oh yeah.
And then everything becomes that. So she's trying to illustrate the point that the heartbeat is just basically by saying you have a heartbeat, you can't have an abortion. So she's kind of tying this into the whole abortion thing, right? That's where she's going for.
That's the whole thing. Yep.
Okay, but that's like.
What? Hold on. Is there is there really a truth? I mean, I don't think that's true because I was at the sonogram and they put the thing to my wife's stomach and we heard a heart beating.
How far along was she?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions. You know I don't know.
Well, if you bring it up, I'm going to ask a question about it.
It starts between 5 and 6 weeks is when you can first hear it.
Now, you would know, but I did Google it, and it said like 5 between,
5.5 to 6 weeks.
According to the American Pregnancy Association, the fetal heartbeat can be heard in an ultrasound 5.5 to 6
5.5 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
So what the fuck was she talking about?
Well, she had no clue.
She's talking out of her ass.
Again, the stupidity of somebody that just wants to make a point for their own political party.
It sucks too because she was a good, not that she's out or anything, but Stacey Abrams was hopefully going to turn Georgia blue, and she's the front runner for the Democratic Party.
She lost that
Georgia.
chance.
Well, you don't know. Who knows if she comes back and says something.
It's worse that she said it because she's a woman. If it was a man, he'd be like, yeah, you're dumb. You don't really know about that kind of stuff. But
right.
But like a quick Google
she's
search.
A woman.
Now that we have Google at our fingertips. But it's.
Did she walk this back at all? It doesn't sound like she walked it back at all.
Well, I don't know. It just came out today. The backlash is just starting today, I feel like, right? Or is this a couple days ago?
The speech was Tuesday. But it just made news today, kind of.
Right. So we haven't heard. I don't think we have heard anything yet.
Oh, dumb.
Because here's the thing: it was down in Georgia, so it happened. People heard it. Then they went to sleep. Then the next day, they climbed off of their cousin, got on the computer, and was like, "I got to tweet this."
Oh, you see,
it takes a little extra time in Georgia.
That's
that's
not nice. I don't think there's any. She hasn't said anything yet, as far as I can tell. The only thing was that comment. So if she comes out and says, I was wrong, or we'll see how she recovers from this.
I don't know if I can forgive her, to be honest with you.
Okay, she's out. Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's my problem with Stacey Abrams. I don't really get along with librarians. I've not had a good history with them. People who look like librarians, people who act like librarians.
What is your dark past with librarians?
I don't know, but she looks like like if you were like, is this what is she even, a governor? Is she even anything at this point? A senator, state senator? What is she? I don't even fucking know what she is. If you show me a picture of her and you said, what's this woman's profession? I would say librarian. No doubt about it. She's a librarian. 1,000% librarian. She wears she picks out a different pin every day to put on her little fucking librarian jacket before she moseys on over to the library to do librarian shit.
She's a former Georgia state representative, but I feel like she's running in this upcoming election for Senate.
You should try librarian because I think she'd kill it.
Right.
She'd do a great job there.
As long as Bookman's on the case.
Joe Biden made a comment today. He was giving a speech in the Democratic blah, blah, blah bullshit. And he said, child's heartbeat at 6 weeks is bullshit. That's what he said. No,
he didn't say that.
He's giving a speech. He looks into the crowd and he sees a young woman and he goes, you got to say hi to me. We go back a long way. She was 12 and I was 30.
Oh,
what?
Man.
Yeah.
I heard this. You didn't hear this, Frank?
You didn't hear this?
What does that? No, what does that mean?
Meaning, like, he's known this girl since she was 12 and Joe was 30 at the time.
Okay.
Now, everybody at the crowd laughed because on the surface, it's an innocent joke. But when you look at Jumpin' Joe's past of cuddling up and smelling young girls,
I think.
a little uncomfortable.
If you want to play devil's advocate, I'm sure he meant it as an innocent thing, but who knows? What the hell
Would you
was
like to hear the? Well, he was doing crowd work throughout the whole speech. That's for sure.
I'm sure he
found out, and everybody found out. There's not a lot of total climate deniers anymore after they've seen what happened this year. But guess what? We got a lot to do. You gotta say hi to me. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
What?
This woman helped me get an awful lot done. Anyway. But
that was that. He was talking about climate changes and then saw somebody in the crowd.
So he knew someone when they were a kid.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
And she did a lot for him.
All right.
Listen.
Well, let's see. He's what now? Almost 80 or around 80?
Yeah.
I mean, in the past 50 years, she's done a lot for him. I don't think he meant when she was 12. He did a lot for him. I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy. I just think it was, he thought of it as an innocent remark.
Now, Frank, if Trump said this, what would you say now?
You would be on the opposite
Yeah,
side,
you
dude.
would.
Probably.
You.
No, if he said he knew someone when they were a kid, I wouldn't accuse him of anything. I don't know.
It's sick, man. It's sick.
Okay.
What's crazy is the Republicans are creaming themselves over this. Like, did you hear this fucking sicko? Like, they are loving it right now.
Well, look at, then you look at Gates, and he's still, nothing happened with him.
Okay. You want to know the truth? One of the Washington Post just had this. I swear I didn't read the article because it's hard to care. But there was a prosecutor that's like, yeah, we're not going to bring charges against him.
Which I don't understand.
And now the DOJ still has to decide, but supposedly the Post has a source from a prosecutor with a lot of experience, and they say, looking at the evidence, they're not going to bring a case against Gates. Now that would be a little surprising, going by everything that we know publicly.
I can't even. The fact that he's still a senator.
Well, let's see. In new videos released, unhinged videos shows Hunter Biden dancing shirtless, slipping down a water slide naked, and entertaining hookers at a pool party at a Malibu rental house, which goes for $4,100 a night.
Wow.
The Daily Mail has this. I'll tweet it out for everybody. Shows Hunter Biden dancing shirtless, stripping naked, and sliding down a water slide into a pool at a Malibu home in 2018. Other photos show him having group sex and entertaining hookers. In September and October 2018,
Jeez.
Hunter
What's with this guy?
rented a lavish vacation home around Los Angeles. He invited prostitutes to his wild pool parties, even took photos showing two hookers naked in the hot tub with a jar of marijuana nearby. The photos and videos were stored on Hunter's abandoned laptop and obtained by dailymail.com.
Yeah, so Gates is a congressman. Sorry. I said he was a senator. He was a congressman.
But he was. I saw the one where he was getting a blowjob in the face.
Send it to me, please.
This fucking guy. I mean, he's something else. Frank, even you have to admit, it is crazy how this is.
No, that's crazy. The thing with Biden was creepy. I get it. It's all
really
weird.
He's not amused, Anthony. Can you send that to me? Thanks.
No, it's all weird. It's all creepy shit. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, this is not being investigated. This is not a topic of conversation. He doesn't get questioned about it. This is really weird.
The Hunter thing, I mean, what is it? He had sex with the hookers, right? What was the rest of it?
He had sex with hookers. There was drugs there. It was at a $4,100 thing in Malibu. Like, he's getting like none of his jobs add up to. I just tweeted out, by the way, at Anthony's Faves on Twitter if you want to see it.
Yeah, no, it's all. I agree. It all should be. I feel like everybody, Hunter, whoever is, if there's an issue, investigate it.
Don't hate me for this. Don't hate me for this, because in my heart of hearts, They grew up in New York City with a lot of money. So I know Eric and Don Jr. have banged coked out horse. It's just a fact. You
gotta be.
cannot grow up in this city and not sniff coke off a hooker's ass, right, and pay her for sex.
Especially if you're a supposed millionaire, billionaire. Whatever.
Exactly. But there's not photo or video evidence, or even hookers coming out and saying it happened, for that matter, from the Trump camp. And this guy is a walking nightmare. And yet everybody hates the Trump kids and nobody hates this guy.
I know.
You got to admit that's a bizarre, crazy double. I get it. They're assholes. The one guy took a picture of the dead, whatever it was, elephant in Africa, and we all didn't like that. Okay, I understand. But this guy is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
hate
anybody
him
likes
because
Hunter.
have you seen the size of his cock?
That's true. He's got a huge dick. So people are like, I gotta let him off the hook.
He gets a pass. But no, I don't think anybody likes him. I don't like Hunter. Nobody likes Hunter. But it's not him we're focused on. It's his father.
Janine, who's got a bigger dick in your mind, Hunter Biden or Jackson White? Who do you think's got a bigger penis?
Now, one you've seen and one you haven't.
Jackson
Yeah.
White.
Okay, that's
Okay.
gonna be a wild night if you ever wind up meeting up with him.
Let me just tell you, that's my past. That is my past.
Mm.
Okay.
Let me see. Hold on. You're talking about it, and so is the Daily Mail. But did you tweet Trump and Epstein girls? Yeah, I think we did. We talked about
Yeah,
Trump
it's
and the
all-
Epstein girls.
It's all a big mess. Trump, Epstein. I don't. It's all a huge mess. Everything's being investigated as it should be. It all should be investigated, no matter what it is. That's why we have investigators. Just send them, let them do their job. Let them investigate everything. That's the way it should be.
All right, second to last story. Costco is sticking with their inflation-busting deal of a soda and a hot dog for $1.50.
Wow.
I'm in. Let's do our next show from there. Just have soda and hot dogs.
Now, does this resonate with anybody else? Because the reason why I found this story interesting is my parents could be endorsing this deal. They fucking talk about the hot dog and soda deal at Costco.
Really?
So fucking, I swear to you.
It's a good deal.
Well, your
My
mom does
pa-
like hot dogs, so she knows how to guzzle them pretty quick too.
Oh, man, 2 in a row.
My parents come up from Florida. Now, I live in arguably, I would say, the 4th or 5th food capital in the world, meaning New York, Las Vegas, right? Rome, right? There's a lot of big food areas. The Hamptons is kind of like a little subculture of New York. We have some of the most phenomenal restaurants from some of the biggest restaurateurs. Again, it's weird. People will have a restaurant in New York, they'll put a restaurant in Vegas, and then they'll put a restaurant in fucking West Hampton Beach. Like that's kind of how.
Well, that's where everybody from New York vacations.
That's where they all vacation. So we have phenomenal restaurants within a stone's throw of my house. My parents will fly here from Florida and be like, we got to go to Costco for lunch today.
Come on.
And it drives me. They take my kids to Costco. They're like, we're going to go to Costco. You want us to take the kids? And I'm like, no, but also yes, because I need 5 minutes to myself. But they will go there and they will brag about this fucking hot dog and a soda for $1.50.
Yikes. Good. I'm sorry, but good luck, Susan. Not sure where you are, but Fiona is here. Power gone. Gonna save my battery. Good night, all. Good luck.
Oh, good luck with that. Yeah.
Hunkering
It's
down.
still
Not sure
going
where you
on?
are. Still going on.
Where is
We
it?
got-
In Florida now?
It's
Or is
down
it in
in
the
Puerto Rico.
unless I heard it was in the Caribbean still, Dominican Republic.
I guess Susan, are you in Florida? Let us know where you are if you can. If not, save your power. But good luck. It's terrible.
I'm fading.
Yeah.
Seems
you are.
like it.
So
I drink
anyway,
drinks. Better than you two pussies. Go ahead.
Costco's sticking with their thing. Good for them.
Thanks, hon. Thanks.
I could go for a Costco hot dog and soda right now.
The idea of a
Oh.
Costco hot dog disgusts me.
Who cares? It's a hot dog. A hot dog disgusts you. You should
All right,
just be
listen.
disgusted by a hot dog no matter what.
What do you trust more, a hot dog from a street cart in New York City or a Costco hot dog?
Costco. How do they give it to
New
you?
York City.
Is it
I'm going
behind the
city, too.
counter? Is it behind a counter? Is it like an official?
Is it on a rolling thing, or no?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
trust those rolling things.
I've never been there.
I'm not a big fan.
Wait, if it's behind a counter, Frank, does that make you feel better? I don't
Is it a
understand.
guy? Is it a guy just walking around with a tray of hot dogs, or is it like?
No.
Is it an
Yeah.
official stand, like
Yeah, it's
with a
like a stand.
register and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want
Can I-
dirty water hot dogs from a city.
Can I just tell you? I don't know if I ever said this on here or not. That a woman I used to work with decided to buy one of those rolling hot dog machines, and she used it at work.
What? In
What
the
does that mean?
office?
I am not fucking kidding you. Oh,
She
God,
set up
what?
a hot dog rolling machine at her office.
Yes, she did.
How many hot dogs did she? What?
I don't know. She used to buy the weirdest things, and one day she comes in with it, and she's like, "This is how she used to talk." Yeah, I bought a hot dog machine, and we're like, "What?" And she's like, "I'm making hot dogs today for lunch. Ginny, you want one?" And I was like, "No."
You had one.
Oh God, no.
And she trying to make hot dogs for everybody?
She bought a pack, maybe 2 packs, and at like 12 o'clock, she set the machine up in this they had this big table in the middle of the room. She turned that sucker on, and she started fucking grilling these hot dogs in
Where
the
the hell
middle
did you?
of the office.
You had the
I swear to
weirdest
God.
office. You should have a sitcom. And
I'm
with
telling you,
Frank.
I still have the idea that I'm going to pitch it to Netflix. Wow.
that is insane.
I
How
think
long
you
did
have a
this hot
couple
dog?
of you have a season or two of scripts in right,
How-
Frank? I mean, it's some of
At
these fucking
least.
stories.
At least. How long did? Just call it The Assistant. That's the name of the show. It's focused on
Oh!
you,
I had a few other.
and you're just there, and you're running errands. Now, how long did she have this hot dog thing set up in her office?
It wasn't her office. It was in the middle of the office.
And then she brought it home and is rolling up hot dogs for the family.
Uh,
All right.
it was. I don't even know. She did it a couple of times, and my boss got so mad, but he felt bad because she was kind of. I don't even want to use the word. She was not. I don't even know the words to describe her. There could be, like, no joke, probably 5 or 6 episodes in the show dedicated to her and what she used to do.
All right.
Even
That's weird.
the hot dog machine had to be the worst.
That's a weird one, but hey, she's giving out free hot dogs. What the hell?
Who wants to smell hot dogs while they're working?
It's not the worst smell at the office.
Right.
Right.
And actually, that was one of those episodes, the smells that used to come out of her. I'm sorry, what?
Can I tell you, I didn't even know you could cook hot dogs on that thing. I thought it was just meant to keep them warm.
That's what I thought. You could cook them?
I thought you had to like cook them
Hot
on a
dogs are already
grill.
cooked. I hate
Hot
to
dogs,
tell you.
hot dogs are cooked.
Yeah,
You don't have to.
I guess so.
You could eat them right out of the thing. It's like bologna.
Mentally, it makes me feel better to think it was on the grill first before it made its way to the roller thing.
I mean, from what I understand, check your hot dog packages first before you take our word for it. But
Yes.
I believe hot dogs are already cooked, and you're basically just heating them up, or
Mhm.
whatever. But I'm not 100% sure on that.
All right, I don't get this. Darth Vader retires.
Yeah, Darth Vader. So James Earl Jones is in his 90s. He officially has retired as the voice of Darth Vader, signing over his voice rights to being the character. Signed it over to Lucasfilm, and I forget the name of the company. There's a company that does this voice. Like, okay, so in the series Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney,
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader was in that. And he's talking, and it sounds exactly like Darth Vader, exactly like James Earl Jones would sound. But it's not James Earl Jones. It's
Who
some
is it?
company. It's some company that took James Earl Jones's voice and like put it into a computer and made Darth Vader speak through that.
Really?
Basically, I feel like it's the same thing that they did in Top Gun with what's his name, Val Kilmer, in the new Top Gun.
So, if I understand this correctly, that James Earl Jones has the exclusive rights to play Darth Vader, and that's what he's
To
relinquishing.
voice him, to voice Darth Vader. I mean, I'm sure there are people who voice him like in cartoons and stuff, but I think in terms, here, look, James Earl Jones is officially retiring as voice of Darth Vader as he signs over the voice rights to Lucasfilm and Respeecher. Respeecher is the name of the company that took James Earl Jones's voice, put it through some computer program, and voiced Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So if Darth Vader appears in any other thing going forward, it'll be through this Respeecher program company that took the original James Earl Jones voice and just put it through this system.
This sounds like bullshit to me. Hold on.
Yeah.
First, Jimmy Coco Pop. Jay Sabs, this is how Ricky Gervais came up with the show The Office. He uses personal work experiences and people. He wrote them up, so do it. Collect them together. Why don't you do it, Jay Sabs? Why don't you write some scripts?
I have a few.
Frank and I are here.
Right.
We can help you punch them up.
I'm not helping
Right.
anybody punch anything.
Let me pitch you this idea. I'm working at this place, right? This guy comes over to me and says he needs help. I go, okay, fine. Go to find out, he wants me to help bury his dog, his dead dog.
That's a two-parter.
We can add that in, right?
That's a show right there.
There's a show. That's a
And
show.
I will sell that to you for a very good price.
That is a show that writes itself. It's at least a two-parter, and it's probably either, if not the season premiere, it's the season finale.
I think this is bullshit though, because it's fucking dark. Like voicing Darth Vader at this point is how it's not time consuming. What the fuck is James Earl Jones doing?
He's 90-something years old.
So what?
He's retiring in terms of how much longer is he going to be able to voice Darth Vader? Because I don't know if there are any projects coming up in the near future that exist. I mean, maybe he'll voice it if they need him to, but they didn't use him for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series. It sounded just like him, but they used this Respeecher program technology that
Oh, really?
they didn't need him.
Did you know that the original Obi-Wan was bisexual?
What? Where did that come from?
I saw this. Is this interesting? I didn't make the cut, but now we're talking about it, and we got to wrap this up. But Alec Guinness,
So, yeah.
who's the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, was bisexual.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Today is bisexual. What the fuck is today? Bi Visibility Day.
Well, guys,
Very
I can tell you
nice.
something. No.
We're all waiting.
We were waiting.
No, but that's
I
great.
Can never
I
be
didn't
by
know
with
that.
that guy, Jackson White. Oh my god.
Here's what I love about it. We've come up with a day to recognize the most selfish. Oh, look at me! I have to sleep with everybody. Type of people. You know what I'm saying?
You call them bisexual people selfish?
Yeah, they're greedy. They're not selfish. They're greedy.
They
There's
just
no
want
balance.
it all. They want
Yeah,
it
they
all,
want it all.
baby.
Yeah. But openly tweeted out this thing: the 9 famous faces from history that are bisexual.
Okay.
Ma
What else we
Rainey, who is a blues singer,
Okay.
who died in 1939 and apparently sang about banging chicks as much as she sang about being with dudes.
Good for her.
That's
And
kind
I'm
of
sure-
revolutionary for that time.
Yeah. Back then, holy crap. Good for her.
Did you know that Giacomo Casanova was bisexual?
All
See,
right.
some of these are kind of interesting, right?
I didn't even know his first name was Giacomo.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Marlene Dietrich, she's an actress.
Don't know who
She was a back in the day actress. Hans Christian Andersen, who wrote The Little Mermaid and The Ugly Duckling. So
Nice.
big time stories. Bisexual. Frida Kahlo. Kahlo, thank you.
The artist?
Yep.
Very nice.
Bisexual. Alec Guinness.
But yeah, that's awesome. Didn't know that. Good for him.
Josephine Baker was one of the first black featured in one of the first Black Broadway shows. She was an actress. She was bisexual.
Excellent.
Lord Byron.
Lord Byron.
He wrote Don Juan.
Sure did.
Don Juan Casanova. If you were slick in the ways of love back in the day,
You
were
spread that love
bisexual.
around, baby.
Yeah, I think
Good
that's
for
what
them.
we've learned. And here's maybe the biggest one. Lots of rumors about this. I guess it's true, according to Openly. Eleanor Roosevelt,
Huh.
bisexual.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd like to know more about that. First lady, the first bisexual first lady.
Right? I mean, openly? I'm sure. Who knew?
No, I don't.
No, right?
Perhaps now, maybe people are. I know it was a joke in. What was the joke in? Wedding Crashers, wasn't it? Right? Remember the grandma was crazy drunk. Didn't she say it in there? Yeah.
Who knew that though? I didn't know that. That's great.
Bisexual.
Aussie Annie, you're welcome. Thanks for the larfs, you guys. I like the kangaroo and the koala bear. Appreciate that.
You know what's amazing? I'd love to get Aussie Annie's opinion. We really have to go.
Okay.
But I'm curious about this, especially with Fiona the hurricane, right?
Yeah.
Australia doesn't get hurricanes.
I don't think so.
I don't think they get earthquakes. Do they have any issues over there? Like, I think the koalas chew on the electric lines every now and then.
They have the scariest, craziest animals over there. I'm
spider
sorry.
thing, right?
The spiders.
Okay.
Spiders. Yep. They have great white sharks circling the continent all the time.
Yeah.
They've got snakes. They got like the most poisonous snakes on earth are there. They've got every kind of insect that can kill you. I feel like is in Australia. Yeah, other than that, I mean,
Bobble will Bobble says pure speculation about Eleanor Roosevelt, but there seems to be a lot of speculation. I would love it if we could nail this down before, because here's what's happening right now, Frank. The people that knew her, the young people that were in her circle, they're about to die soon.
Right.
So if anybody really knows for sure and is going to write a book about it, it's got to kind of happen in the next little while here, or else
Clock's
we're never
ticking.
going to know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We're never really going to know.
So who's saying what's going on with this poem?
Where is Brian? Is he? I don't even know if he's in tonight. Yeah, Brian wrote a poem. We were gonna put it to music, and then he was like, "It's not meant for music."
Oh yeah.
And then he was like, "Well, you can do whatever you want." And then I think he wrote another part of it. I forget. I don't. I've been crazy busy lately.
Are we doing like a poetry corner?
That would be nice. It was really good though. We're not gonna let it go to waste. We'll use it for. I think I gave it to you to. No, you know what, Frank? It died at Frank's desk, where things usually go to die.
I have a desk.
Yes.
What the?
There's a second shirt and a Brian poem that had not seen.
I'm working on the second shirt. It's hard to nail down. The second shirt is not as easy as it sounds. It's not. It's complicated.
All right. We'll give Frank a little breather. He's working on. He's got a lot of stuff to do.
I'm trying. I got things on my plate.
He's got naps and then snacks and then napping after the snacks to take care of. So
I have a schedule to keep. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Naps and snacks are a big time part of that schedule.
Big time part of it. Hey, Jumpstart Coffee. We would not be able to do this without our boys and gals.
Love the Jumpstart, baby.
Frank's got the dark roast blend. I got the medium dark roast blend. There's a flavor for everybody. They're all delicious no matter what you try. Full disclosure, I have not tried the decaf. I don't like to shoot an unloaded gun. You know what I'm saying? I like to put real bullets in my weapons, Frank. You know what I mean?
There you go. That's a good metaphor.
So I don't know if it's good, but when all the other flavors are fantastic, I'm sure it's delightful if decaf is what you need. So go try it.
Get in there, baby. They're all good. I mean, the dark roast, the medium blend. I like the dark roast myself. It's my favorite so far.
Dark roast guy. Nothing wrong with that.
Dark roast guy. 15% off with AOA 15. That's the code. 50% goes to the Navy SEAL Foundation. What's better than that?
Order now with the link in the description of this episode. Frankie C. A pleasure as always.
Maybe we should go now.